Thanks, Chairman. And it's my really pleasure I have the opportunity to give the speak here. My topic is ecological functional conservation areas, adaptation and post-application in China. So how to use ecosystem and biodiversity assessment and in policy application. Yeah. First, I give some very short introduction about the environmental challenges in China. So why? The background of what do the project actually. You see, China is a highly diverse physical environment. You see, China actually is a mountain area. More than 6% is mountain and plateaus. And also China is the temperature climate is range very big. Like annual temperature range from the -5 degrees to 26 degrees, actually from the cold zone to the tropical area. And also the rainfall, you can see, from the 25 millimeter to the 4,000 millimeter, very high temperature and very high rainfall and very dry area in China. And also China make a huge population. You can say every 6 people in the world have one Chinese. It means we need land to produce food. We need to collect fuel from the forest, from grassland. It makes big, huge pressure on ecosystems. And also say China is the fastest growing economy in the last 20 years. To the many people, it means how they will get more wealth, more money. But to the ecological environment, it means land use change and the pollution discharge have a big pressure also on ecosystems. You see, according to at present, we still meet another environmental problem like water resource shortage, water pollution, and flooding. We're happy at the same time at a different area. Perhaps at the same area, for example, in this year, in 1 week, for dry, we fight with the dry. In same week, we fight for the flooding in South China. And for the ecosystem degradation and ecoservice decline and soil erosion, and land rock desertification, and grassland desertification and sandstorm, wetland degradation and wildlife habitat loss and biodiversity. You see, there's water resource in China. In the total, China have a huge amount of water resource, but by capita, about 1/3 of the average in the world. And for degradation, you see, many forests only 29%. Most of them is young forests, something like that. And like forest structure simplifies. And the forest ecosystem service decline and soil conservation ability provide wildlife habitat, the ability is declined. And also soil erosion. In China, we still about 37% of China have heavy soil erosion. Just David King mentioned in the Lost Plateau, there's the most severe soil erosion in the world, actually. So more than 45 billion tons of soil was lost annually. And also rocky desertification in Karst area. In China, we're about 8,000 square kilometers of this area. And this area actually is the most poverty area in China. Low soil, low water, low cropland. You can see like this, still we're happy. And also with grassland. In China, we have a huge area of the grassland, about 13 of the total in the world grassland, but mainly distributed in the West China and Plateau. 90% of grassland was somewhere degraded. And also sandstorm, you can see it happen in the China, in the North China, and to affect the East China, like Beijing, Tianjin, a million of people affected by the sandstorm. Also wetland delegate. China has wetland about 8 million hectares, about 5% of the world total wetland. But in the foreshore, wetland was lost 50%. 50%, half of them was lost. Mangrove was declined 73%. And also China biodiversity. China is also the best country in the biodiversity, like Colombia, actually. And China has a high planned more than 32,000 species. The number is the third one next to Brazil or Colombia, perhaps, according to the data. Also, mouse, France, Gemmelosperm, Johnson, and so on. Most of them are endemic species, unfound in China, more than half of them. Also, all the biodiversity in the vibrate, more than 6,000 species. And also, and many species were threatened just because of loss of habitat and fragmentation of the habitat. To meet this challenge from the huge population pressure, faster urbanization, and ecological crisis in China, the decision maker keep asking two questions: where we must protect, why we protect, where we can use for urbanization and for industrialization and for food. Okay. So where the spatial pattern of the ecosystem services and ecosystem function in China, that's big. So this purpose of the ecosystem service spatial pattern assessment is to identify the critical ecosystems for national or regional ecological security, identify the conservation objective for the goals, and provide ecological dimension for regional development and co-question water and where must we protect. This is our procedure just for first analysis of population and food production, ecosystem spatial pattern, and ecosystem problem distribution of China, and then to ecosystem services, ecological sensitives, and ecological function zone, and then identify the ecological function conservation area, and the last from the national protection policy, ecosystem restoration, regional development policy, and strategy. So we like these procedures. Yeah, we have another model to do that. I will not mention the detail about that. Yeah, I just go. This is ecosystem pattern of China. You can say China almost a lot of kind of ecosystems in China, in the world. This is the forest. You can say distribution, grassland, wetland, and forest, something like that. Oh, cropland. That was cropland. The corner. And services, you say we can make a long list about ecosystem services in China, but from the international interest and the across regional, we mainly focus on biodiversity conservation, the global interest and whole national interest, and the water resource conservation, of course, soil conservation, wind erosion control, and sandstorm prevention and flooding mitigation from national aspects. So this is when we do the research about biodiversity, which identify what the kind of type of the biodiversity or the distribution, identify the critical area. Yeah, this is the main area with the biodiversity conservation. And this is important for the water conservation, about 11% of total China. And this is for soil conservation. And frequency sandstorm original data were according to the very important area for sandstorm prevention. And also flooding control, the main in the Songhuajiang River, Huaihe River, and the Yangtze River, some area. And also the all importance of ecosystem services. According to the overlap themselves, about 45% of total China have somewhat importance for ecosystem services. And we also because ecosystem is a very important role to prevent some of the land degradation. So also pay attention to high sensitive area to soil erosion, high sensitive area to desertification, and rock sandification acid rain to identify it. This is this land of the sensitivity of the desertification. For soil erosion, the high color, and the rock desertification, and acid rain. And put them together, this is soil certification, of course. And put them together, about 40% of the total land and with some ecological problem. But ecosystem spatial pattern and ecological spatial pattern sometimes overlap together. They are overlap, not just separately, sometimes. How to make them? So we combine spatial pattern ecosystem services and spatial pattern ecological sensitivity. We formatted the ecosystem function zone of China, the area with important ecosystem service, the area with food and timber production, and the area for urbanization area we identify. First, we put it on the ecosystem service is first order. So this is the general function zone of China. We put China into the 213 zones altogether. And this is the ecosystem zone, okay. And the area with all together, I will go detail. Based on the 260 ecosystem function zone, the area with critical ecosystem services was identified at ecosystem function conservation area. We come to biodiversity conservation, water resource conservation, soil conservation, wind erosion, and flood mitigation. So many ecosystem functional conservation area has more than 2 important ecosystem services. We use the leading services to name the area generally. This is distribution of the ecosystem functional conservation areas. And this is 51, the coverage, about 24% of whole China. Okay, last I give it very quickly about the policy application. The fastest ecological transfer, ecological financial transfer, the government accepted this idea and to have launched the new program is ecological financial transfer. 2008, about 6 billion. 2010, about 204 billion to the county, to the counties located in the ecosystem key areas. Also, the government ecosystem restoration project, located in this area as a government priority area for restoration. Also, government has a regional development strategy. Perhaps you know in China, in future 10 or 50 years, we have the new regional development strategy for the without key urbanized development region, optimize the priority development region, constant development region, and balanced development region. Actually, constant and balanced development region is based on ecosystem services special party. And also, for the national, in the local, all the province has finished ecosystem service function zones and identify their critical ecosystem functional conservation areas, like Beijing, Shanghai, to have urban planning. When they do urban planning and regional planning, first they identify the critical area with ecosystem services and as a protected area. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.